In the autumn of 1415, King Henry V of England embarked on a major campaign to assert his claim to the French throne and expand his territory. After besieging and capturing the port city of Harfleur, his army was severely weakened by disease and shortages of supplies. Despite these challenges, Henry decided to lead his troops northwards to Calais, a safe haven under English control. The march was long and arduous. The English army faced harsh weather and continuous skirmishes with French forces. The soldiers were exhausted, their morale low, and their numbers reduced. As they neared Agincourt, they discovered that a large French army had blocked their path, determined to stop them. Henry V, a brilliant tactician, recognized that the terrain of Agincourt, a narrow strip of land flanked by two forests and rendered muddy by recent rains, could provide a strategic advantage for his army. He positioned his longbowmen on both flanks, protecting them with wooden stakes driven into the ground to thwart the French cavalry. Heavy infantry and knights were stationed in the center, ready to face the French head-on. In contrast, the French, commanded by Constable Charles d'Albret, deployed their forces in three lines, the first consisting of heavy infantry, the second of cavalry and infantry, and the third as reserves. Outnumbering the English significantly, the French believed they would easily crush their opponent. On the morning of October 25, 1415, Henry V ordered his archers to unleash a volley of arrows at the French, initiating the battle. The sharp arrows, fired from longbows, inflicted heavy casualties on the French cavalry. Horses panicked, knights were struck down, and chaos ensued from the very start. The French cavalry, meant to be a formidable force, was rendered ineffective by the relentless hail of arrows. Despite the chaos, the French continued their advance. However, the muddy terrain posed significant challenges. Heavily armored knights and infantry became bogged down, making them easy targets for the English archers. As they closed in on the English positions, they were exhausted and demoralized. The narrowness of the battlefield compounded their difficulties, funneling the French forces into a tight space where they could not maneuver effectively. When the French drew near, the English archers withdrew behind the wooden stakes, forcing the French to confront the English infantry. The battle became a chaotic melee, with archers joining in the fray using daggers and mallets. The French, squeezed and attacked from all sides, began to break apart. The English archers, who had already decimated the French cavalry, now fought hand-to-hand with the heavily armored knights, using their agility and lighter armor to their advantage. Henry V, always at the forefront, displayed remarkable bravery and leadership. He continually encouraged his soldiers, fostering a strong fighting spirit. His presence on the battlefield, alongside his men, inspired them to fight with renewed vigor despite their exhaustion and the overwhelming odds. Ultimately, the overwhelming chaos and heavy losses shattered French morale. Many knights and infantrymen were killed or captured. The English, despite their smaller numbers, achieved a decisive victory. Henry's tactical genius and the discipline of his troops had turned the tide of battle. The French suffered massive losses, with around 6,000 to 10,000 soldiers killed and many important nobles and knights captured. In contrast, the English lost only a few hundred men. This victory solidified Henry V's position, weakened French resistance, and paved the way for further English conquests. The capture of numerous French nobles also provided Henry with significant political leverage. The Battle of Agincourt became a symbol of courage and brilliant military strategy. It is often remembered in culture and history, notably in William Shakespeare's play Henry V, where Henry's St. Crispin's Day speech became an emblem of valor and camaraderie. The speech, delivered on the eve of battle, rallied the English troops and emphasized the honor they would earn in the fight, creating a sense of unity and purpose. The Battle of Agincourt is one of the defining moments of the Middle Ages, not just for its military triumph, but also for its far-reaching impact on European history and culture. Henry V etched his name into history as a great warrior king, and the Battle of Agincourt remains an indelible symbol of bravery and strategic genius. The lessons of Agincourt about the importance of leadership, morale, and strategic use of terrain and technology continue to be studied and admired to this day.